a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Well, joining me today is Aaron Pariseau. At least that's how I pronounce it, Pariseau.
Yes.
And he's here to talk about the Chilliwack Pride Parade. So thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. So we're not actually having a parade this year. We're just doing the festival.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. My mistake. Yeah. I did a little research though, just about the Pride Parade because I was curious. So I don't know how much you know, but then this for the audience. The first one was in New York, LA, and Chicago in 1970, Vancouver 1978, Montreal 1979, Toronto 1981, and good old Chilliwack 2019.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm learning some stuff here today too.
Well, I thought it was curious, you know. Okay, so the festival. So that's really good. Now, what is your involvement in the festival?
So my involvement, I'm taking the lead of the main coordinator. So we've restructured the board quite a bit this year. So in previous years, we've had a president of the board, and then we all assisted in that role. This year, everybody's taken on more of individual roles.
Oh, okay.
So we're all just taking on different responsibilities. So my responsibility is kind of the coordinator of the festival.
Right.
Still leaning on each of the board members for their different areas. So we have people in charge of volunteers or people in charge of our finances and things like that. And so working together as a team, and I'm just here trying to bring it all together so that we're kind of moving forward in a single direction.
Very good. Yeah. Now, have you been involved before?
Yes. So I was on the board last year as well.
Okay.
And then in the previous year before that, in 2020, I was a vendor at the festival.
Vendor?
Yes.
Oh, all right. What were you selling?
So I was with Raymond James. So they were a service provider doing rock painting at the festival.
Oh, very nice. Right.
Yes.
So what made you decide to get involved?
Well, I've been out since I was about 15 years old. So this was just something I grew up with, and it was not that I'm that old, but enough that it wasn't really a common thing when I was younger.
Right. Yeah, for sure it wasn't. Yeah.
And I always wanted to find those mentors or who can I connect with to be those good role models. And it was a lot harder to find. So my passion for getting involved is really to provide those role models, to provide those safe spaces for our youth today, so that they are led down positive directions and can find themselves in safe places without being taken advantage of.
Yeah, I just have to remark on that. It is so sad to me that there are people who are against the LGBTQ community. I have to rememorize that because I don't get it. It doesn't affect their lives in any way, shape, or form. And I get a little, sometimes I get angry about it, you know, but I don't want to go on a rant, which I would really want to, but I'm not going to go there. But I understand that. I know that Terry Westerby, I don't know if you organized, but the dance, I think it was in the late spring, early spring.
Yes.
At the Evergreen. I got to be part of that. And to see those young people come.
That was amazing.
And be who they are.
Yes.
Right? It was just beautiful.
It was. Yeah. And I'm so happy to be part of a board and a community that is doing things like that and creating those safe places.
So how many people are on the board?
We have 9 people on the board.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now, obviously, you all have to work together, right?
Yes.
And I'm just always curious because boards don't always could be a person who's got kind of like their own agenda or kind of a bit of a ego trip or whatever like that. I mean, do you come across anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's just part of being part of a board like this is we have people that are volunteering their time for free. Right. About something that they're passionate about, and they want to see the best for our community. So I think when you bring those together, we only naturally see different personalities and different agendas coming. And I think that's a big reason why we chose to restructure our board the way we did. So there isn't just one person leading the charge.
Right.
We're all coming to the table equally as a flat board where everybody has equal say, and we're working to go and discuss things to move forward. So it's taking everybody's opinions and thoughts into account.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's say it's my very first time going to a Pride Festival. What am I going to see? What am I going to experience?
We have so much, and I love Chilliwack Pride Festival as it's different from others that I've been in. I've grown up in big cities like Calgary and Vancouver, and I've been to those festivals, and I've seen different sides of them. Chilliwack is so much more community focused. Really focuses on the small businesses and promoting our businesses here within Chilliwack. Really bringing it a family friendly. We have kids areas and we really focus on that, and we bring out local organizations and get them to have activities and games and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a really fun place where people just can come and be themselves, and it's not overtaken by all this marketing and big corporations, although we definitely have some amazing sponsors like Envision out there who help to make these things possible.
You need that, yeah.
But sometimes I see at some of these other events, it becomes a marketing game of who can spend more money, right?
Right.
It's just so grassroots here in Chilliwack.
Very good, yeah. Now, I know last year there were vendors, right? Some vendors, and there were some, I believe, food trucks.
Yes.
Are you going to have the same type of thing this year?
Absolutely. So we have about 150 booths. So some of them service providers with activities, some of them with great information about our community and services that are provided here in Chilliwack and area. And then we have local businesses selling goods and crafts that they've made as well. This year, we're expanding even beyond that a little bit. We're adding a beer garden as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, supported by Molson's, and so they're going to help us put that together.
Right.
So we're adding some features. This is, I think, our third festival that we've done here in Chilliwack. So every year we can just kind of add a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's going to be on Wellington, Mill, and Victoria, where the park is with the big.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. So we've moved it to Saturday this year.
Okay.
So with it being on a Saturday, there's no more businesses open downtown.
Right.
So I think it's a great opportunity for them to engage with our community, connect and build up some of their business and awareness to people within Chilliwack, but also outside, since we see a lot of people come from outside Chilliwack to our festival.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we've expanded some of our roads as well, so that we're not closing down Wellington and right in front of the shops.
Yeah.
So they can do their own thing without being bombarded by all these tents in front of their shops.
Because then it's beneficial to them as well, right?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
What date is it being held?
August 19th. It starts at 10 a.m. and it will go till 4 p.m. And then we're also looking to do a couple after parties. We're still putting some of it together. We know Bricklayer is already set up with some bands there, and they'll be offering some promotions.
Oh, nice. So nice. I'm going to be volunteering. I can't remember what I'm going to be doing. I needed a sit-down job. Last year I was picking up garbage, but it was hard on my back. But so I like volunteering. And we're just going to say that, for people who protest, whatever, I just dare you to volunteer. And I think they might change their minds a little bit to see what's involved, because I think sometimes people have a preconceived idea, wrongly so, of what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you bring that up. Volunteers are the foundation of how we do these things. We can't run festivals like this without our volunteers. And sometimes I worry that people think about volunteering as this big, huge hassle or this big undertaking. And really, that's not what it's about. We usually find many jobs, and the more people that come out, the easier it is for everybody. And we usually set them up in just a 2-hour shift. So you still get a chance to enjoy the festival and participate and engage with everything going on, and taking out a little bit of time to help and just keep it running.
Right. And I can agree to that. I just say, oh, yes, that this time works for me, or that time doesn't work for me. And again, they work around whatever your availability is. So I appreciate that too, I'm looking forward to it again this year. No, because that park, what is that park called?
The central community park.
I know they have a nice stage area. Is that going to be used for anything?
Yes, so we're doing a couple things. So we're having our opening ceremony there So we will have some speeches and just some opening ceremony activities happening. And then we will have a story time. Followed by, we'll do a bit of some speeches from some of our sponsors, and then we're going to do a live auction. So we have some rainbow benches, and they're amazing. They're so beautiful. I'm so excited for these. And we're going to do a live auction there at the festival grounds.
Nice, yeah.
And then following that, we're going to have some drag queens and kings this year, doing some acts for us throughout the afternoon.
Now, I know what a drag queen is, but I've never heard of a drag king.
So it's very similar. It's people coming out to perform more of a masculine type attire.
Right. Oh,
Yes.
so that's good because not everybody that likes to dress up and as in drag queens wants to be feminine, right?
Absolutely.
That makes very much sense to me. You know, I was just thinking about that too because I have in my family somebody who's transgender and. He looks very feminine and he says like he was born, he was brought up as a female and he says that he likes that look. He doesn't want to change that to look masculine, and I kind of respect that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's how we express ourselves, right? And there's just different forms and I know drag queens get a lot of attention, especially with RuPaul and so much in the media. That I'm really happy that we're getting a chance to go and bring out some drag kings and really show that there's more to this than just the drag queens out there.
Right. Since you mentioned RuPaul, that man is so intelligent.
Oh,
I really
amazing things.
Yes, I've watched this show a couple of times and I've seen him on interview shows and he's really a beautiful, intelligent man. So he's really nice to listen to and he's such a mentor for a lot of people, I would think, right? He must have helped a lot of people.
I think so.
Yeah, I can't, for somebody who's heterosexual, it's hard to put my mind in a situation where, I'm not what the society considers normal, whatever. That must be so difficult. So when you do find a place where you can fit in and have a community that's welcoming, it must feel really good.
Absolutely. And, it's really just coming to terms with like who I am at my core. And taking a step back from what the world thinks and what they want me to think and just ask myself, who am I and who do I want to be in? And feeling safe in the space to be that person.
Right. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
I really do think that's awesome. So just remind everybody once again, the date.
August 19th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And if you just go down 5 corners, you're going to see everything from that area.
Oh yes, there's going to be people everywhere. There will be lots of rainbows, some music, lots of tents. It will be a great time. And if anybody wants to volunteer, you can go onto the Chilliwack Pride Society website. There's a volunteer section and a form to fill out, and then we'll work with you to find the right fit for you as well.
Yes, get involved. It really becomes a lot of fun. I really think it's fun because you get to see more when you're volunteering too.
Absolutely.
Right? And when you're just walking around and maybe shopping or whatever, it just brings you into a different perspective.
And you get to see a little bit what's happening behind the scenes and what's really going on to bring these things together and connect with some of the amazing people that are also willing to get involved.
Right. And I just want to mention too that the people, the sponsors like the Invasion, whatever. Chilliwack has a really wonderful community of businesses, right? Who are very generous. So that's really nice to hear.
Yes. Yeah. I'm so amazed with the community and the businesses here that reach out and want to connect and looking for ways that they can support us, whether it's financially or just with services and just a helping hand, in-kind donations of materials. It's amazing.
Great. Well, I think we covered everything. You think?
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming here.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I want to look for the off button while I'm talking because I usually use track of it. So thanks everybody for watching. Please share because these things are important for. Not everybody knows about the Pride parades or how welcoming it is for them to be there. Whether you belong to the LGBTQ community or not, it really doesn't matter. It's just a warm, welcoming, fun place to be. So I hope you check it out. And in the meantime, everybody, take care and peace out.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.